The Padres have found their next star as this player keeps coming up big for the Padres, and fans are absolutely loving it. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Happy to be back as always. Got some good news for you today. Finally, nothing really bad to talk about, English. Before we get into it, though, stick around to the end of the video because we do have some post-game fan reactions where I get you guys, the fans involved. Post on Twitter, post on the subreddit. Maybe you'll be featured on the channel. And as always, please, subscribe. We just passed 1,600, I think. So keep it growing. Thank you very much. We love you. So yeah, let's jump into what, of course, is a Nick Pivetta appreciation video. Because dang, do we love Nick Pivetta. First, our AJ Cassavell recap. Final, Padres 1, Diamondbacks 0. The Padres shut him out and hit one out. And they also took 2 back. Luis Arraez went deep, while Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis Jr. robbed a pair of would-be Diamondback homers. We'll talk about that in just a second. Of course, let's start with our today's lineup. Pivetta is a dog. Dog. Of course, defense wins games. And what is offense? What is offense? We'll talk about that, obviously, because today wasn't definitely not at all an offensive performance to be remembered. Nick Pivetta, though, he will always be remembered for recent times about how good he's been playing recently. So let's just talk about it a little bit. Nick Pivetta exits having pitched scoreless ball through 5 2/3 innings with a runner on second and did not look happy to be leaving the game. Despite having thrown 104 pitches, Pivetta had a 0.48 ERA across his last 3 starts with 23 strikeouts and 3 walks. One thing I want to show you that I found that was really interesting. Home versus away ERA. Nick Pivetta pitches better at home, much better than he does away. Not by a lot. I mean, 409 isn't like horrible, but he pitches a lot better at home. What I also want to draw your attention to real quick, number 3, Dylan Cease, who pitches horrible away, but actually pitches pretty good at home. And he starts tomorrow. So, we'll see if these numbers hold up, but I do quite enjoy that he pitches really well at home. That's something we should look forward to. I know we made a lot of videos about how should we trade Dylan Cease or not. I'm still on the train that I think we should keep Dylan Cease because I don't think there's much better out there to replace him. Even though we do have some good pieces, I don't think I'd want to just get rid of him for a first half poor performance. I know I bring his name up literally all the time, but Blake Snell, second half pitcher, horrible in the first half, Cy Young Award winner in the second half, literally and figuratively. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. But one thing, we'll talk about that in a sec. Nick Pivetta kind of got screwed over a couple times by the umpire. I'm pretty sure I had a graphic for it. Yeah. Nope. Did I? Hold on. I'll find it. Yeah. One of the worst home plate umpiring jobs I have ever seen. Good thing Morahone is a dog. But yeah, that also applies to Nick Pivetta. Because Nick Pivetta got squeezed and then Mike Shildt got ran. And I love when Mike Shildt stands up for his players because this umpiring was just awful. But you know who's not awful? Nick Pivetta and Mike Shildt. But let me show you the box score, and then I'll show you his recent starts. Nick Pivetta, I mean. No win for Nick Pivetta, sadly, but Morahone came in with the win, and we'll talk about Morahone in a second. But 5.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, no home runs. Brings his ERA to 3.07. Definitely deserves to be at least a mention of a snub for the All-Star game. You would think, I guess I can show you this now, but you would think Padres closer Robert Suarez, who leads the majors with 26 saves, has been added to the National League All-Star roster, replacing injured Braves lefty Chris Sale. Chris Sale not being selected, which means he's a starter. You would think that would probably make more sense to replace him with Pivetta than Robert Suarez. Not saying Robert Suarez sucks and doesn't deserve it, but I think Nick Pivetta and, of course, Morahone have had better years than Robert Suarez. We're not going to hate on Suarez for making it. Obviously, we're happy for him, but my theory is the fact that Morahone's not popular enough to make the All-Star game, which is super stupid, right? I'm not saying it's not, but they want popular names that are recognizable for more people watch it. Nick Pivetta should be a recognizable name, but not really as much as, say, Robert Suarez. Even though Robert Suarez isn't like a Felix Bautista, who is the Guardians closer. Oh God, this is gonna annoy me. Whatever, we'll come back to it. But he's not like a Josh Hader. Josh Hader's another name. They're like closers that everyone knows. But yeah, I mean we're happy for Suarez. But yeah, back to topic on hand. Nick Pivetta, dog, absolute dog. It really bothers me that I can't remember the name for the Guardians closer. It's gonna bother me. Hold on, I'm gonna think about it. It bothers me too much. Almost looked it up. Emmanuel Clase. Okay, so sorry. It just bothered me too much to not remember who he was. But yeah, let's look at his previous starts, Nick Pivetta. So, as you can see, from June 4th to June 20th, he had some not great starts, which is a nice way of saying it. 5 earned runs, 5 runs, 4 earned runs, 2-2, 4-4. And then from June 25th to today, which is not that many, don't get me wrong, but he looks really good. I mean, he only had 1 earned run, which was that home run against Philadelphia. But Nick Pivetta looks like his old self, and he's definitely established himself as not just our ace, but a legitimate star pitcher. A legitimate could be in conversation for Cy Young. I don't think he's got it with a stack with like Zach Wheeler, Paul Skeens, even that kid from the Brewers who's pitching really well. The really long name that I'm going to mispronounce, so I'm not going to try it, but like Josh. I'm going to try it. Wishowski, something like that. Mike Wazowski. But yeah, there's a lot of players who are really good right now. But Nick Pivetta definitely deserves to have at least some votes. Let's put it that way. But yeah, he's becoming a star for the Padres. And we're so lucky we have him for a couple more options for the next couple of years. But yeah, when Michael King is back, Dylan Cease is back on, and Nick Pivetta is still being Nick Pivetta, those 3 players playing at their best, we're going to be a really good playoff team. As long as the offense figures it out and we can make it to the playoffs, we're going to be a really good playoff team. Because my theory, I've mentioned this before, but my theory, to win the World Series, you need at least 3 star pitchers. Michael King, Dylan Cease, who figures it out, Nick Pivetta. Those 3 could carry us. Speaking of playoffs, I was going to show this later, but I'll show it now. MLB playoff odds, according to FanGraphs, Padres are currently 7th with 39.9%. Not great, right? It's still July, so we're not going to like panic. But we need to get 6 to get to the wild card. So I think we got it. I think we can believe in ourselves. But yeah, Nick Pivetta, absolute dog. I love Nick Pivetta. What I also love... Oh, I guess we'll talk about Morejon first. These were the exact situations Morejon used to struggle in. He's been so poised this season, it does feel like something's changed. Yeah, I guess I didn't really shout out the bullpen. What did Mike Shildt call them? The 4 horsemen. Jeremiah Estrada, great, looks amazing. I mean, he had the walk, which wasn't like amazing, but he got 3 strikeouts, which is great, right? Morejon came in with bases loaded and got out of it. That's why we use Morejon. Like they said in the picture, this is something that's not new. Like, he was good last year, but like old Morejon from like 4 years ago, maybe we'll say, he would have struggled in that situation. But now that he's a dog, he's not going to struggle in that situation. So we're loving that, right? And then Adam almost let a home run gave up a home run, but didn't. So we'll say it was a good game for him. And then Suarez had 20 pitches, which is a lot of pitches for an inning, but nobody scored. Nobody got on base. We'll take it. Okay. Now, like I said, what else I also love, defense wins championships, and specifically this game. We would have literally lost this game if it wasn't for these 2 plays. I mean, Merrill makes it look amazing. He's Gold Glove caliber if he wasn't in the same league as PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, and the other player whose name I can't think of right now. But if it wasn't for them, he could be a Gold Glove player. Tatis Jr. probably, hopefully, fingers crossed, will win the Gold Glove in right field because man is incredible in right field. But these 2 plays literally won us the game. Mix them with some other good defensive plays, but first of all, or most importantly, I should say, that won us the game. Literally won us the game. What almost didn't win us the game, of course, was today's offense. What is offense? So, on both sides, it was pretty poor. I mean, Diamondbacks were 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Padres they didn't even have a runner on scoring position at all this game. Not a single one, which is not great, right? I mean, Tatis had an okay game. 1 hit. Where is Jackson Merrill? Jackson Merrill, again, does not look great. Didn't strike out. I mean, that's an improvement, but not a hit for him. Gavin Sheets with a hit. Arraez with the home run, obviously. And then Bogaerts with a hit. And that's basically it. I mean, not a great game. Merrill Kelly did look really good, and he's a good pitcher, so we're not going to, like, pretend that he's not. He's, like, a horrible 8 ERA pitcher. But we still definitely need to pick it up. We need to pick it up. I know Trent Brooks is being pooped on right now, crapped on right now. I don't want to say the other word. But, like I said last time, Trent Brooks is what we needed to do with Campusano. He needs to play more, and he'll eventually figure it out. So I don't want to hear anyone giving Trent Brooks crap, and then on the same breath talk about how we need to bring up Campusano. what we're doing with Brooks right now is what Camposano would be doing if he was starting right now. That's all I'm going to say. I think Camposano has a higher ceiling than Brooks does, but he's definitely not playing. He's playing probably not as good. I think Camposano's played worse than Brooks has so far, because at least Brooks has hits. That's all I'm going to say, though. But yeah, offense, not great. Pitching, fantastic. And that's why we have more pitchers than defenders or players, fielders in the All-Star game. So yeah, we made a video about the All-Star starters, though, besides Robert Suarez, so watch that a couple days ago. But let's talk about our Friar Faithful feed, then we can wrap things up. Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis Jr. might have forgotten how to hit a baseball, but they didn't forget how to rob home runs and save games. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100% saved the game for us today. Absolutely stole that game, 100%. We somehow won without ever getting anyone in the scoring position. Yep, other than the homer, nobody even got to second tonight, but a win's a win. Padres really threw incredible shortstops into right and center field that became incredible out there too. Yeah, that's why like people talk about like drafting shortstops. I know we made a video about Christian made a video about shortstop we might want to draft, and people were like, no, we don't need more shortstops. Listen, a shortstop doesn't have to be a shortstop. A shortstop can probably literally play anywhere. Shortstops are the most athletic players on the field, maybe next to like center field or pitcher, but you can put a shortstop anywhere. Anywhere. Our team literally our opening day roster last year was a team entirely of shortstops. Like everyone there was drafted as a shortstop, like Profar, Machado, Cronenworth, Tatis, Merrill. Literally everyone was a shortstop at some point. So yeah, shortstops rule the world. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how you feel about Pivetta. Would you put him under like the superstar status or star status, or you think he still has to earn that? Do you like him? Why wouldn't you not like him? How do you feel about Cease tomorrow? Are you scared? Are you excited because he pitches good at home? And yeah, how do you feel about the offense? I know they were pretty poor today, but do you think Merrill and Tatis will pick it back up pretty soon? Let me know. And as always, please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. As always, go Padres. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.